Welcome to OFB FPL, your place for premium FPL content.
Good night, everybody. Good night, everybody. What's going on?
Good night.
That's what's going on, man.
Good night, you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, man.
Oh. Who else is there? I ain't seen nobody else.
Timmy and Sage there. But the camera off. Hey,
What
Timmy,
Timmy? Yeah, big old there.
Timmy, I impressed. I impressed. I like So, what's going on, fellas? All your all day was?
Not too bad. I'm not going to see some school okay.
Ah, boy. School, boy. I ain't want about that right now, huh? But the Sage, boy.
Timmy
Sage,
himself or?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, your camera is
No,
off.
you know I talking away, and I need to like real cool Sandra. And I talk and then I say something to guy and put no way to see now.
What you say?
Say you was real talking away. Man, you was real clung in here.
Put my jacket or?
No. Small, if you choose to I should start jacket at your business. But I talk more time. Yeah, I'm pressed now. Since the guy I'm pressed now, you just tell me.
This thing
You
full
hear me, Papa?
Yeah.
Ah, good.
Let us carry up here. Top. All right, cool. So, fellas, always go. We starting off. So I hopefully have everything ready when I say it's that time. So let me share my screen. Hey, let me share my screen. Right. So this game week 1. There's the point that there's the point that BFPL got. He got 16 points. 61 points.
61.
61, sorry. Right. So, Captain Salah was in man. James and Cancelo in defense was the standouts. Martinelli with the goal. Everybody else kind of was just there. But it's only game week 1. But so we expect to get better. For sure. Right. So normally, we will normally make our transfers on probably closer to the deadline, but we already did make a transfer, which is Ulan Haaland.
Avoid them price rises.
Yeah, we avoided that price rise immediately because I think it was like, I was the one who made the transfer on the team. It was like 3 minutes to 19, and I was like, hey, remember that before we lose the point 1. I didn't even think we have anything in the bank. Oh, let me see. Yeah. So there's already team looking for game week for game week 2. We gonna make some shift around to see who we start and whatnot. But yeah, that's how it went. Was that to me?
I say it a little blurry, so you can zoom in for them to see it properly now.
Yeah. So yeah. So how about you all? All the game was so all the post the team? Because me want to post mine.
Nah, small thing about the posting.
Me?
Yeah, I need to.
Alright, Chimmy, take your screen 18. Alright.
when you see 19, right? When you see 19, right?
Yeah, we see
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, so was our game overall 66 points. Wanted more. Kind of disappointed myself because of course between Alan and Kane and the Kane to that transfer and me as well. Um, I don't, as I said before, I don't like to make the transfers, but I've been on my team, my squad manager, get a hit, and I also hear you that go up again, and Kane most likely will drop again, so I really want to go through that. So Kane, Jesus, both failed. I find that Jesus played good even though he failed, so it's still looking really promising for the coming games because I think like the first 5 games the Salah standout captain expected I saw many captain King and I don't understand what else doing. I really actually hope that it's Rashford differential than Gossip. Ah, but the man need money, I don't into that. Um, Mounted 2 points by 2 points. Um, James is at 2 and 7, Gabriel. Trent, the thing is that I'm always is only beginning one and I think they say that Shah, right? If I'm pronouncing it correct.
To me, I really like that transfer. You know. That shot, yeah, shocked me with that one.
Why
But yeah,
well?
yeah. Well, I mean, I didn't expect anybody to put
Mm-hmm.
Fabian Shaw in the team. I think if they had him to last, it would have been
Trippier.
Trippier. Yeah, yeah. But Shaw, he pulled off that one, boy. That was a that was a
Last year
great
he was old faithful, he was old faithful last year. He remember more points he put in faster than period last year. So I was like, I was about this fun now. So if I didn't really
Yeah.
get him and Haaland, I was true. But anyhow, we move. So, I'm not sure if I'm going to make any other transfers, but for now, it was just the Haaland move at the really team minus is the plan. I'm looking for faith. So, but for now, I feel like I'm going to check my change to 16. So now I feel like this is the team going into the next game. I'm not too sure about
Mm-hmm.
between James and well, Pension Rai because to be honest, when we are really I should say, because I feel like if Everton they're playing but then too they look too good in the first game either, so I kinda caught up with how the structure the team would be. But for
Mm-hmm.
now I don't think I'm getting a chance. As I said, I'm really people for
All right. All right. Who going next? Right, Lorenzo, you.
Yeah, I go, no problem. Let's see my screen there.
All right, I'm gonna put it up there. What? 74 points, boy.
Yeah. Standouts being Captain Salah. Um, I went with Haaland against the Kane. I mean, I was in two minds about it, but my thinking was that I want to set up for the Bournemouth fixture.
Mhm.
So I target that fixture. Trippier, Cancelo, Martinelli. No transfers made as yet. Thinking about ruling the transfer, but also didn't like how Mount play.
Mhm.
He came off early. Tuchel was signaling saying that he was sleeping on himself throughout the entire game. So that wasn't a good sign. But
Mhm.
I also want to give myself the option of two transfers into game 3, having more data and more games played could prove to be a good going into that game.
Yeah.
Could also take like a -4 and make 3 transfers to potentially target the fixtures. I was thinking about between Foden or maybe Gundogan for that mount spot to target City against Bournemouth, but still not decided that's it. So yeah, that's my team now actually.
All right. What about you, Sage? You showed me a team or yeah, moving on to
Yeah,
me.
let's share the team, man. All right, yo, you didn't come up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, so I guess 69 overall. Um, Standouts was James Trippier in defense with 7 points each. Captain Salah 24, Martinelli 8, Haaland 13. Um, yeah, I kind of not surprised at the final score. The only thing is I thought maybe Jesus and especially Kane would have give me some returns, but that didn't happen. Um, I remember the last pod when we were talking Kwan, we were talking about Neto and Podence, and I ended up going with Neto.
Yeah.
So I hope that that I don't regret that later on because he did play well. I find that he looked good. Just he didn't get anything from the game.
I'll tell
For
you
me,
something about Neto later in the show.
For me, I'm not gonna make any transfers. I'm gonna roll the transfer similar to Renzo and try to get 2 transfers going into game week 3 just in case somebody else kind of show me that they're not really serious and I need to get them out my team so I could be able to flex because my team kind of strapped for cash. So yeah.
All right. Well, it's just me. It's just me. So I made.
So, Kwan, sorry for the thing I was talking with you, might me. But for the sake of a question, so you was fine with Kane dropping in your team and probably going and dropping in your team again?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you Sage.
Yeah, I mean, what could I do about it? I sell Kane for who? You understand? I already have Haaland. Even if I sell him and I'm trying to avoid losing value or whatever, I still think Kane is gonna come good for the remainder, and I buy him for the long run. He have a good bit of decent fixtures after Chelsea, so I think that by week 3, 4, men gonna be bringing back in Kane same way. So
Understood. So, my follow-up question would then be, why not sell Kane downgrade to probably somebody who could probably get a little return, pound the money, miss the drop by probably 2, or if he feels versus Chelsea more, and then buy him back at a cheaper price later, it should then equal to you saving money and still getting returns on investments now, rather than hoping and praying on an investment that's decreasing.
I understand the point that you're making, but I feel like for me, it not really gonna affect me either way. It's not boy.
I understand.
All right.
Because when you're losing,
All
you
right,
want
fellas.
some Kane again from Alan, basically. See?
Eh?
I say when you're losing with Kane again with Alan, so it's the same.
Yeah. That's why I'm looking at it, cause Haaland, I mean, he ain't gonna raise in your team right away. But if he raise again, then he'll go up in my team by 0.1.
Yeah.
Alright. I understand your perspective. Fair enough.
All right. Well, I think I get the least amount of points out to everybody. I made a mistake in mentioning Zinchenko because I really thought Aston Villa would put this salt to Bournemouth. Wasn't so. So that's pressure. But my standouts was, well, obviously Captain Salah, Rich James in defense, Martinelli with the solid 8, and well, as you can see, everybody else just failed. I really expected more from Kane. Didn't happen. right? Just Tottenham score 4 goals and the man didn't get up. But that real weird, but oh well. So let's go. It's only game week 1. I actually already made my transfer, just like the way made FBT, which was Keita Haaland. So hopefully game week 2 brings more points, and I making him the mistake of benching Zinchenko again. I can say that.
Well, I was going to ask a question. You pull up us to the bench. Then why you make a mistake in the team overall?
I didn't. I thought Arsenal would have conceded. I thought Arsenal would have conceded. To be honest, I didn't expect. I didn't expect that. But oh well. So let's go.
Yeah, fair enough.
Tyrone, you get to let us know what. Right. So what's the next thing in the show, guys? All you know. I say,
You
Renzo,
want to
let me know.
know?
I say, Renzo, let me know. So the next thing in the show, guys, is standout picks. Right. So we have a new thing called OFB picks. So all of us made some picks. Let's pull up the categories there. I'm putting it up on my screen. Actually, I could put it up on my screen. You know. And so, come on there, guys. Send this to myself.
You want me to share it, Carl?
Yeah, you have it up on your laptop, eh?
Yeah.
Share it now. So we could see.
The only thing is, so when we do any picks, you can only pick one player from each team in the category, the 6 categories we're covering.
Mm-hmm.
And the persons who would have done this survey don't think they paid attention to that. So for the premium defense, we would the pick would be James. So how it works is you have to pick a goalkeeper or defender, 5.5 million and over. James is 6 million. So James would be our premium defense pick for this game week. Right. Pick number 2 would be the budget defender pick. Same thing, goalkeeper defender, but this now would be 5 million and lower. Again, a lot of feedback from somebody there.
I think
Yeah.
over my there.
Yeah, and so for this, the standout was Trippier. The third pick would be a premium offense. So this would be a midfielder or forward that is 7.5 and over. And the standout here was Salah. The fourth pick is a budget offense. So a midfielder or forward that is 7.5 and lower. And this standout was Martinelli from Arsenal. The fifth would be a differential. So how the differential works is any player has 10% selected by persons in the FPL community. And this was Wilson for our pick. The last is captaincy. I think this would tie into the captaincy discussion, at least for me, but the standout here being Haaland.
Yeah. Which kind of makes sense. Yeah.
So that's the new segment that we want to bring to you guys. The OFP picks. We took it from a person who is no longer in the FPL community, it seemed to be, or not at least not active, like FPL crypto. He had a crypto pick segment, and we used to fill out his picks, and that's where we borrowed it from. So we're trying to make it our own, and so look forward to it in the coming game weeks. And we also want you all to partake in it, so we would post it on our handles and get your perspective on it as well.
Yeah. So expect it from game 3 going forward. So yeah. So let me see what's going on now. So next up, which is captaincy picks, right? So Sage, the man with the plan,
Well,
the man with the premium country.
the plan easy this week. Decision maker that makes itself. Alan would be my captaincy this week. He's playing newly promoted Bournemouth. So the only other option really that was kind of tempting in terms of captaincy would be to go back with Salah against Palace. I think he has a fairly okay record against them. But seeing Haaland score a brace against West Ham is kind of ridiculous not to give him that shot. Playing a newly promoted team. So I think he could even score a hat trick or more, against them. So Haaland will be my captaincy for this game.
And check out more boy.
Yeah, I'm telling you. I see that kind of dominance.
Well, it's possible, It's real possible. I didn't watch the Bournemouth versus that game to tell you how Bournemouth look, but I heard as if that was just horrible. So it remains to be seen how good is this Bournemouth team now.
They kind of
Because
play
I
like
think from
how
before.
they kind of play like how Leeds was when they came into the league. They sit back a bit and then hit the money out counter, and then Aston Villa wasn't really doing much. And with the back five that they was playing, it was easy to kind of hold off any attacks. Aston Villa didn't really permit much attacks.
So you're seeing, well, so Leeds, their defense had gaps, that holes. It looked like it could have easily broken down, especially like by a willing runner. Does more look the same?
Yeah. I think so. I think they could be broken down. I think a better team would capitalize on all the holes within the team. I think their main thing is set pieces in terms of their threat. But outside of that, I don't really see much threat. But it's still early to see anything. So yeah, I really had to monitor the team going forward. But in terms of the weekend defense that Scott Parker is now experiencing, I think is still a good team to target early on. So we'll see how it goes against. I think City would throw them out of the park. So
yeah,
no
and I know
issues
they bought a new defender. He is good, but translates into the Prem, there's be a tough thing. So it remains to see how he'll come. I don't expect him to start on the weekend. If he does start, though, it will kind of be shocking. But it remains to be seen. But yeah, I expect it to stable in my way. So yeah, Timmy, at your back, who's your captain pick this game week?
Quarter between the same two that Sage quarter. Because not really quarter because I know he's going to Salah, but for me, I feel I could see for to go with Salah. Um, However, the point that was just made about the fact that City can blow away this unit with the team is valid. However, goals come from all over in City. So City could have a key 2.0 with this week where a lot of goals score from the team and he probably just get assist and as a striker. The points per goal kind of low as well. But even if he scores one and Salah scores one, Salah and
I wanna kind of combat that point you're making it to me because when you look at the overall positions that the City players took up, you're kind of seeing that Grealish and Foden playing real wide on the wings, and the eights, KDB and Gundogan playing off of Haaland. So all of that Foden and Grealish was doing in the game is crossing into the box and looking for Haaland. So kind of like the role that Mitrovic playing for Fulham, getting all the balls into him. So he's really the point man. So I think it would only be the persons who running in on the box from Holland, like the Gundogan and the KDB, would be the persons who in and around the box. So if you're looking at the game, Gundogan and KDB was sitting at the top of the box, really waiting for any chances that to come to Holland. And Grealish and Foden was just on the wings and hardly going into the box. So Haaland is the main player in terms of getting the goal threat. At least for how the game set up so far with that one game that we saw.
No, well,
Yeah,
it is a possibility to me, I just say that to me, Salah safer. You understand? But,
Yeah. I think most of the FPL community so far, if you're going with trying to stick with the pack, I think at least from what I see on Twitter, everybody going with Haaland.
yeah. I
right, so
think
then, go on.
yeah, I think most people will go with Haaland because of the side he's playing. Crystal Palace, even though they lost to Arsenal, and while it is Arsenal, um, Crystal Palace they put up a fight in second half now, and when you could see that, you know, Arsenal, who we thought would have blown away Crystal Palace, only beat them what by 2 goals, although they look good.
Yeah, but
And
Liverpool is not Arsenal, right? Just saying.
true, but you saw Liverpool looking at first game. If Liverpool come and play the same way they play against Fulham, they're gonna draw a game. I'm telling you.
And I don't know how
They
much
may
will I
feel
believe in myths or superstitions and those sort of things, but Salah hasn't scored in Game Week 2 in the last
yeah.
3 seasons, I believe.
Yeah, I read that. I read that today. Yeah,
Yeah, so
that's
I know how much that would play into your decision to pick the captain, but I mean, August Keane has been happening so far.
No, I think he scored last season in
happening.
August, eh? He scored last season in August, I think so. Late in August, I believe. I'm not sure. I think that's good.
Well,
So you hope it's
at
different this
least
year,
early
yes,
on.
right?
So a lot of people have that superstition of picking Kane early on too. So you see if this is the same for Salah.
yeah. So round 2 last season against Burnley, yeah, he didn't. He really didn't score. He didn't score. And I think this, and they say 3 seasons, all right. The season before, which was Liverpool against Chelsea, didn't score in that game either. You're right. So it is true. He doesn't score in Game Week 2, and I'm telling you, if Liverpool plays that same game, if they come and play the same way they play against Fulham, I
Fulham.
can't see them beating. I can't see them beating Crystal Palace. Really and truly, because I don't know if they watched that game. That was the first game of the day.
Yeah, I watched the game.
Yeah, Liverpool. Boy, Mitrovic had them on strings, boy. The man.
Mitrovic, Bully,
Yeah,
Van Dijk, and Trent.
yeah. I
Just
see,
Bully.
I see a video. I see the man push off and the sun line and this thing going rolling. I was like, whoa,
Yeah.
there, boy. So Liverpool in our midfield, I don't know what going on, and then they're going and lost Thiago. So,
Yeah.
whew,
But I think
pressure.
this guy would come good for them though, Elliot. He came on and actually
Yeah.
changed the game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
had a
he
good
did.
game.
He
He had a
did.
good game.
But it still remains to be seen now. So we'll see how that goes. So everybody else picked the I know Lorenzo going with Haaland too. Well, I guess well,
Yeah.
thing is Salah, right? So well, I going with Haaland too. So I would have picked Salah, but
Haaland, right? Please don't just make it seem like a show. It's a toss-up.
all right, brother. Yeah, that's it for captaincy. So you know,
The last segment
well,
is any questions and answers. We had what, 2 questions?
yeah, and like Brandon gave you a question there. So and Tyrone asked one too. Tyrone said there that he asked if Bailey benching. Didn't see nothing about that, brother. Didn't see nothing about that.
I don't know
Bailey
if
bench. Bailey bench and
I
I
don't know if
bench Bailey
Gerald
anyway.
I don't know if Gerald want to change his system. I'm surprised that Watkins didn't start.
Yeah.
But Ings look okay from the way I looked at. Bailey was getting goals, but it kind of pushed him real wide, so he didn't really get much opportunity in the box. And yeah, it didn't look too good. Um, this guy Jacob Ramsey didn't have a good game at all. He didn't have a good game, so I don't know if he would probably start Buendia in that slot instead of Jacob Ramsey. But I think he have a lot of fixing or playing around with different rules to see which is the best fit. I'm not sure if Bailey would lose his spot because he played the entire 90 minutes. And I didn't see any reason for him not to play again. But it's up to Jared to see if he's going to start with, I guess, Watkins and Ings on top instead of Bailey.
Yeah, I know reading a post from Big Man Baka here on Twitter. And he was saying that yes, Aston Villa was poor, but he thought that Bailey was one of the better players on the pitch now.
Yeah.
He was often the most advanced player. Well, as I just said, he played 90 minutes, and hopefully against Everton, who will possibly come to play, they wouldn't sit back like they did against Chelsea. You know,
Yeah.
he could probably get in behind and well, in Everton playing with that trio. That three man defense. He probably in behind and probably try to create something. You know, so it remains to be seen. But I don't know if I started him. Most likely I'm gonna bench him. But we see how it goes. I don't know if you all started in this game week or you all benching in this game week.
I currently have him started in my team. Don't think I'm going to change my mind on that. I give him this game week. Although it's between him and Andres Pereira, who was very attacking as well in that Fulham game. He was furthest forward in the team if you look at the average positions. Yeah, so I think he would be a good option going forward. I just want to give Bailey this last game against Everton to see what he could potentially bring forward to the points.
Yeah. All right. All right, well, Brandon, we're gonna answer two more questions and then we'll get to you. So I find this question then really this question is kind of weird. Timmy know what the question I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know the question too.
Yeah. So I think we're gonna ignore that question. But the next one was he kind of answered already. The next one was FPL Cowboy. He asked if Salah or Haaland, and he was asking who our captain will be, and well, the
I think
majority
it's
picked
clear
Haaland.
that
Yeah.
Haaland will be the captain. For the same reasons, the weekend the Bournemouth defense new into the Prem playing against a top 6 side. Um, so yeah, and the fact that Allen is looking like the main goal threat within the team. Nobody else, like I mentioned, Grealish and Foden had no shots on target for how wide they're playing. So they're just looking like they're crossing the wall. And all the other players on the wings, all the other 8s playing inverted and the wing backs playing inverted as well. So they come in. You see how advanced Cancelo and Walker was playing. If you watch the game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't watch the game, but I heard
almost play like midfielders.
Yeah, I heard so what I saw online is that what basically was playing like is that a 2-3-5. So Cancelo and Walker was inverted, so they were kind of tucking in right next to Rodrigo, and then well, as he said, Foden and Grealish was quite out wide, and then KDB and Gundogan was more close to Haaland. So and I think that's how City will be playing going forward. You know, So it's kind of to support Holland more as he
Yeah.
gets comfortable with his system.
Yeah. So that was
And then
that.
It's very
If I had a
interesting.
question, that would have
Huh?
been my question. Who is the next City player? If you don't have three City players, who will be the next City player to bring in your team?
And boy, I don't know
Those are the thoughts on that. I was
because
asking according to Timmy FPL God D1 today, what's his thoughts on it? And
Wait,
he didn't
pause,
really have
pause,
any.
pause, just pause, pause. My FPL God, the FPL God. Do not big up for one man. No, my FPL God, the FPL God. What do you mean?
Yeah. But he didn't have much thoughts he sticking with the rest of the community in terms of getting more data from the rest of the games and going to be transfer is the advice he gave me. But I'm trying to play this season more attacking and really going after fixtures and targeting weaker teams. So I'm still in two minds about it. For the same reasons, I think Gundogan will be the best pick because of how he played off Palan and cheaper than KDB. I mean, what? I think 4.5 cheaper because he's 7.5. Um, and because he get the captaincy. So I think he was out for 2 months last season because of the back injury, but I think he seems to be still managed. I think he came off. So since he's still managing the minutes, Pep's still managing his minutes, but
yeah.
looked good.
I
Sits
see
in the
Salik
top of the
saying there.
box.
That's Lorenzo Salik. Yeah. Gundo, according to Lorenzo, Gundo probably will be, and he will get more game time because it looking like Ronaldo going to leave.
Yeah, that's the next
Yeah,
reason I'm looking at him too.
yeah.
So I'll probably
So
give
it's
him
really,
a this week to see how he perform, and then see how. I think it was his season before or last season. The season before when Gundogan was the pick, getting
yeah.
19 and 13 every game. Because if he didn't have any team, your rank was decreasing.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I think like that season Gundo was 5.5. I think
yeah, it was
I had by
5.5
him at
last season.
5.5, yeah, and he
Yeah,
was. I had to come up later and I still got a good amount of points. I still got a good
yeah.
amount of points. Yeah. So yeah.
So
All right. So let me answer Salik questions there. So Salik asked me, who's the best shots for Newcastle assets? He said Target and Trippier on set pieces. Saint Maximan, Jolinton play the midfield now. Class as a midfielder now. He actually shooting, but I still find his shooting boots just off. Wilson score, and well, Bruno Gomes is his standard. No doubt about it.
yeah,
So,
everything. If you look at the heat map again, everything going through Bruno. He just sits in half line and everything going through it. All the touches, every play is going through it.
mm-hmm,
But in terms of attacking returns, I would probably say Wilson. And if
mm-hmm,
you're looking at defenders, I don't think while you get lucky with while Timmy get lucky with Shade, I don't think he would be the sure starter in the back line.
mm-hmm.
Um, I think he only started because of injury concerns. I think Jamal Lascelles was supposed to start and he probably get injured right before he started the game or something like that. Because he was their captain for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Trippier is now the captain, holding the captain armband. But I think Lascelles has that spot unless the injury is long term. So I don't
And
think
it's still
I
a
think Shade
Botman to
is
come
number.
in too.
Yeah.
It's still a Botman to come in too. Who is a quality defender. But if I
So
go
I
in with
would
a Trippier,
I would go
if I go
Trippier.
into defender, yeah,
But I
because
wouldn't even target Newcastle right now. This game make the playing um, Brighton. I have Trippier on my side, but I'm thinking to get him out. unless they're benching him for the likes Patterson, which not making sense to me. So he might come out
Yeah.
in my team because the next upcoming fixtures is what City and Liverpool in the next 2 or 3.
Yeah, that's it next.
Yeah.
All
Any
right,
other
all right.
questions?
No, we have no more questions, but we know we could talk about amongst ourselves here. Exactly, come on, next question. He's saying if Samaka would the risk. I don't think so yet, boy, because
Yeah, I don't think so either.
um,
I don't think
I think
Antonio gonna lose his spot just like that either because
just so
Antonio was the
yeah.
most forward person. Although
Why
West
did
Ham
he
had
again?
I'm sure that no, that's my dog. Sorry. Yeah. West Ham didn't have much possession. I think they had like what 18% or something. But out of all the players, it was really Antonio who looked like he was trying to do everything in the team.
Yeah, them dogs, fighting in the parents away. But I know Antonio came off early. I'm not too sure why, right? I don't know if it was just. It looks like it was just according to Premier League, it looked like it was just tactical. Skamaka long term possibly could be a good asset, right? When he came on, I'm gonna tell you, when he came on, I find he looked like he could play a part in the season. He had some nice touches, as you're saying. That's like he wins some aerial duels because he's a big guy. I think he's like what 6'3". So and he could take down the ball really really well now. They were saying he's not about signing, that he is a Moyes signing because he kind of he's kind of those kind of forwards that Moyes typically go for. And somebody was saying that he's that like that playing type where you can send a ball long to him and he could take it on nice on his chest, you know. So it remains to be seen if he'll start and if and when he will take Antonio's spot. But as for now, I think he's not somebody we should target yet. But he is a good player.
For people who don't have Salah in the team, right? Who do you all think is the next best Liverpool asset to have?
Trent.
That guy because he looking too bad. Even in just one game, I find that he came with a hunger and even though the previous goal that he scored was a kind of good score, it shows the potential. Or even this other guy, what's his name?
Hey, Miller, I like Darwin. I find Darwin come
I
on the
like
bench.
him
I
as
and
well.
Darwin. Yeah, and Darwin
Yeah, I like
really
that
good.
one too.
Yeah.
I'm
So,
thinking
But this other guy,
Jesus
what's
and
his
take
name?
on, that
Who's
will
that?
come
Who's
in
that
my
to
team.
me?
Oh
Other
God,
guy.
I can't remember his name.
Diaz?
Yes, correct. Him as well.
I find Diaz was too deep, boy. I find
No, but they will get
he
it
was
right. It's one game, and I think we
yeah
put too much pressure on the team due to one fixture now. They will get it right. It's
yeah.
cool. Like we can realize Liverpool. It's not Man U we talking about here. It's
True,
Liverpool we
true,
talking about.
true,
You understand? If we are talking about Man U, we could have said, all right, this is what we're going to get for the whole season. But we're not talking about, you understand? So it's cool. They will get it right. They will get it right.
Fair enough to me. Fair enough.
Fair enough. But Darwin really got good when he come on. Because I was talking to
Yeah.
one of my friends from work, and he was like, "Boy, as I not going with Haaland, I going with Darwin." He said, "Don't worry, Darwin coming off the bench and he getting something." I was like, "All right, brother, all right." Boom, Darwin come on the bench, not in no time, goal. I was like, "Wow."
Yeah.
And then
I think
quality assist for
Bobby
Salah.
might end up losing his spot very soon. If
Yeah, I
not
think
I
so.
was shocked that he had a spot in the first place, just to be honest. Because I really thought it would have been everybody else but him. To be honest, but anyhow, I'm joking.
What clubs tend to do at times, and well, Luis Diaz was different because he does stick to the Premier like a fish in water. But what he tends to do is, even though it is a big sign or not, he tends to give them a little time to catch yourself and ease them into
Yeah.
the lineup. So
Yeah, so he said that
eventually,
he gonna manage them coming into the game.
yeah.
But I think that Darwin he more direct than Bobby. You know, Bobby like to go deep in the midfield and bring the ball forward, hold up the ball, and play off for the wider players. But Darwin seemed to be more direct and he would give it a go threat.
And I think this season, because of Darwin in the attack, once he started to start, I think we might see more assists from Salah than goals. I believe so. Because
Yeah.
Salah is no longer only elite goal scorer. He's a elite creator also. And he will want to create more for Darwin to score because he will want Darwin to score. So I think he will take away some of Salah goals, but Salah will get more assists.
My only thing with Darwin, I don't know if it's that he nervous or if, well, kind of looking at his some clips from him, you could see that he does miss a couple before he score. He not as clinical, and I know as time go that would improve. But I don't know, but he giving me a kind of Lukaku play with a Tim's vibe.
No. Well,
So,
that's the kind of player he is. The kind of player he is. He have a heavy first touch. And if you watch him properly, that's something you have to work on. Even since in Benfica last season.
Because
when I watch the clips,
even that first goal he tried, the first goal he scored, he tried that same shot before, that same flick. Right before he scored the first goal.
Yeah. So and I know, well, Klopp for sure is a manager who likes to work with his players. So I'm very sure he would work on that first touch with Darwin. And eventually it should get better, So there's something he should get better with time, and I would expect him to score at least 20 goals this season. I would say at least 20 goals. Yeah. But as I said, I think he's going to take away some of Salah goals because Salah will be creating this season.
Brother, when that start up, I will take that bait. You see for now? Right here is. Right here is.
Well,
but
it will come. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
So I hope my boy Renzo not vex with me after, but are we keeping any in long term? What is your perspective on this man inside? What is your feeling on this man inside, right?
Let me tell you, I watched that Man game.
That's my team, and I will tell you, stay far away to me. I don't even have any Man team. I will take out bringing any Man players.
Yeah, so now I need to get all before you plan the price.
Let me tell you, to me, if you had gone and talked to Luis before that first game, before the game start, you would have cried on your heads and you would have never put Rashford in your team.
Rashford had zero involvement in it. 0% in everything. Every category, when you look at it, he wasn't involved in the game at all.
But
I don't know.
There's the flip side, right? Sorry, I forgot to know. I feel like, okay, they get it wrong, but they cannot get it wrong. I want to doubt that they can get it wrong whole season. Like for real, they can't get it wrong whole season. So I studying if to take a chance with the guy, or just let me get it out with him, but I don't want to make that change now. So I'm hoping, who's your next opposition?
Manu playing Gameweek 2. Manu's playing
Brentford.
And Brentford home. I expect Tony to rough up Manu.
I started him, man. I started Rashford again. I started Rashford again. Go hard or go home. I started Rashford in front of Leon.
Let me tell you, Manu, I don't know if you watch that game to me, but Manu was just horrible. But there was misplacing passes. Yeah, there was misplacing passes. Nobody was making runs. They was just passing around the ball, looking like I don't know what I was doing. Simple, and then they're making simple football look hard. So I don't know. I eventually I think that what's his name? Ten Hag will make some changes and probably will get it right. But as right now, that Maguire and Martinez, that need to be Varane and Martinez. I don't think Maguire no longer deserves to be in the defense. He don't deserve the captaincy.
You telling me?
Yeah.
He has
McTominay
somebody have to be.
Yeah.
Have to be.
McTominay needs a bench now. I think I will play Fred and Donny in that midfield, to be honest.
Funny enough, Kwan, those two changes you called there, I think those are the two changes you would see in the Brentford game. McTominay out, Maguire out. And I think you would see a totally different Manu.
Yeah. We will see. Yeah, you're expecting that false line again with Eriksen and Bruno?
Nah, I didn't.
Nah, I think Ronaldo would start.
Correct.
But okay, so if let's say Ronaldo starts, you're expecting 4-2-3-1 with Bruno right behind Ronaldo, Eriksen behind Ronaldo. We're expecting to now hold behind Ronaldo. Because most likely they're going to be that formation. Bruno.
I think
yes, we're expecting Eriksen. I think, and if Lewis would say that's the same thing, I find Eriksen played a lot of nice balls. Yeah,
he looked the best player.
Yeah, and I think if Eriksen starts, you will see a much better Manu. I think Bruno, I don't know, something that's looking off about him.
But where should you bench him?
I will bench Bruno for Eriksen. I will bench Bruno for Eriksen. I'm telling you, I will bench Bruno for Eriksen.
That's why your team has 55 points and your bench
no boy. It's just the fluidity that Eriksen gives you, boy. You could see that he willing to start plays, he willing to pass the ball, to make risky passes, he willing to do certain things. Bruno, I don't know. No one's just looking like, I don't know. As I tell you, he's just looking off. And Bruno and Salah, Bruno and Ronaldo, and if you together, something just don't mesh sometimes. So I think Eriksen will be the better fit, but remains to be seen.
I 100% can't agree with you. I think first is a step in Bruno case because Bruno has done so much for this team. Offer one bad game where there's a new coach. Yeah, they had the preseason, but the preseason wasn't really how to put it. The preseason can't compare to a Prem game, even if it's against a team that is supposed to be. Like the preseason can't really compare to the intensity of a Prem game. So for me,
even in preseason to me, he didn't look good. Bruno did not look good. And I know Lorenzo going, but I know Lorenzo can tell you, even in preseason, Bruno did not look good. The players who, for me, when I watched the Manu games, who looked good was Sancho and Martial and these fellas, but Bruno was just there. I find Bruno was just like a passenger, and he looked the same way in the Brighton game. Yeah. So you
would Lorenzo, you would bench Bruno for Eriksen as well?
I don't think I would. Yeah, I don't know if they would want to explore that. I don't know if they want to explore that option of playing Eriksen deeper. But
let me tell you why. Let me tell you why I would bench Bruno, because you all know the threat Bruno brings. You all know Bruno goals. That are attacking prowess that you all know from Bruno in the past. You all always expected from him, right? And that is why I would bench Bruno. But for me, for the fluidity of the team, for Manu to prosper, Bruno needs to be bench. I'm telling you. What's me? I don't know.
Right.
Sage, how you feel about that? Before we move on.
I don't know that I agree that for the prosperity of the team that Bruno had a bench, because I mean, granted, overall, if you look at Bruno since Manu signing, he was the man who was saving Manu and kind of paper over the cracks when Ole was there. You
True,
understand?
that was before. But that's
So
for
to
Ronaldo.
me, it's kind of harsh to say, hey, this is the man that would have a bench. But
Yeah.
I think what it is, that I think what it could be is old habits hard to die, right? And this is the what third coach now that you're trying to
Mm-hmm.
get a change out of these players, and it's the same players. And ideally,
Mm-hmm.
what Manu needs is
Same
new
average
fresh
players.
faces in certain key positions. And I think you would start getting back that Bruno that you get when he now joined on the January and he was just on fire.
So let me tell you what's going on with these,
Yeah.
and I realize the same thing going on with Chelsea. These clubs, these big clubs, they don't want to go after the smaller players who possibly good. You understand? They want the big name signings. You can see for the whole transfer window, man, you're running on Frankie De Jong, and he does not want to come. When it have players out there who will fit Man U
Like
and
who?
who are good and who are cheaper,
Like who?
I can give you one. Mateus Nunez from Sporting Lisbon, great player.
Mm-hmm.
The man, who he's a lot like. He's a lot like Kovacic. A lot like Kovacic. Could dribble the ball. He's pressure resistant. He can pass. He can rail pass. He has a good engine. You know, he's a really good, and I think he will fit man. He would even fit Liverpool. That's how good of a player he is. Right? And man, you need a defensive midfielder. Let it have this guy for PSV, by Sangari, who's available for 30 million. You
Yeah.
understand? You and Chelsea doing the same thing too. They
Yeah, but
want these
here's
big name
what
signings where go ahead.
I don't think that the young signing is more of a big name rather than or more of the coach. I think that's the coach's pick now, and it's more than just for Man U in particular. I think that's what the coach wants.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's familiarity or whatever, but that's what the coach wants, and that's what he's picking. Chelsea, I don't
Okay.
want to talk about that team, so like figure that.
I think I think
Right?
I think with Manu, I think with Manu, with Frankie, I think Ten Hag wants somebody who knows how to play his football, his style of football.
Correct,
Somebody who could
exactly,
bring it across, and that's probably why he going after him. But
exactly.
he doesn't want to come. He does not want
That
to
is because
come.
of the Champions League flick. That is because of
Yeah,
the
it
Champions League.
is because of Champions League. It is. But at the moment he doesn't want to come, find somebody new. It must have other players. And it have a great player who will fit Manu so good. And
Why
and he
you
right in
want
the
good
prem.
money, right?
I telling you, he right in the
Yeah,
prem.
that's
He right in
all.
the prem. He played for Wolves. He
let,
played for Wolves.
Neves.
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 Let me come off of Mario and answer the last question. I look to wrap up this. I look to wrap up this
Yeah, because
stream.
your goal line, your goal line. I can bring all
Yeah,
on
yeah,
But
yeah.
good
I
football.
start point of the story. I started actually this weekend.
All right,
Yeah.
I'll bring on the good football next week to finish off this discussion.
Mm.
I think Brandon actually was your decision on terms of Chelsea versus Spurs in terms of getting points in that game.
I find that tough, way.
It is too
Um,
risky. Yep.
yeah, it is
So you're benching both
because
assets then.
is that?
No, it's not. If
So
you have
you're
them, you play them. But to say
flipping
that
Yeah,
both
you're
assets.
targeting the fixture for points, I mean, I think that the game will have goals, but where the goals will come from, you might say, well, boy,
yeah,
let me bring in Mount, and then is
Oh,
Koulibaly score the goal or some kind of mad thing like that. It kind of
or
difficult.
Sterling, who's overpriced.
And only
well,
because of
Yeah,
recency bias, a lot of people would probably go for, you see a lot of transfers in for Kulo, but
yeah.
I don't think, I mean, they scored 4 goals, and it's only because of I think it was Jonapol who started on that side of Kulo's play that the goals came from his side, and it's the they could be up against
Dog
you.
that team closing.
Yeah. I mean,
Dog that close. Jesus Christ.
I mean, Son will be against Aspilicueta, and as we kind of looking out of it, but so like you never know. That could possibly be the way somebody win this game, a penalty. So,
Yeah.
To be
yeah,
honest,
because that's a tough fixture.
I agree that sort of fix, yeah. And them dogs one. Yeah. I agree that I agree that it's a tough fix, yeah. But I feel like I watched the Chelsea game and I watched the Spurs game. And if I had to go solely on form, or you could get a couple, to be honest.
It's
Like,
possible.
understand?
It's
Because
possible. It's
you're
possible.
looking like similar to the
Nah.
form that you all had versus
When it
Arsenal.
comes to derby, form goes out the window, sir. I don't
It's
form in
true,
this is
eh?
a derby.
Tell me,
I don't
the man ain't
form.
lie. Eh? The man ain't lie. At that point where Chelsea was looking horrible last season, and we played Spurs all them 3 times, could have all them 3 times.
And Bundeskin.
Yeah, understand?
Well,
You understand?
we have an impromptu pod if it is where you're going to close the door, right? Because no, I think that I'm not gonna rush but this first team,
It improved a lot.
yes,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
if
yeah.
you play for slips, you will get
Yeah.
plenty.
Yeah,
You
for
know,
sure.
you know how on the guy who went PSG, Magdalena, and one of my favorite managers who I just fight on. But on the him, you say people plenty as well. There's like 5 and 6 teams that they get to beat, and I feel like if this season will come to anybody that lasts. If you all think Spurs come to play, Spurs ain't come to play. So I understand it's a derby and all that, but like this, from watching them in the preseason and watching them in that first game, any team that comes, they're going to come. And they're not giving us 5, 6, 7 minutes to go and they're going to run at your stick. So all the rest to Chelsea fans, but I feel like if Chelsea doesn't do as you all think they will, well, you'll get a couple of. That's my perspective on that game. Or you can win another one, goal or something, but I ain't seen that one.
Maybe we could see. I mean, I don't have the greatest confidence in Chelsea right now. But at the end of the day, as Stage said, it's a derby. Tuchel has content number, but who knows? He could probably pull one on him. It's possible. It's very, very possible. And if Kane scores in that game, I will trip off on him. But yeah. So looking like we have more questions here. I don't think Renzo, Sage, me all have anything else you all want to discuss before we wrap it up?
No,
I think
I get it.
yeah,
Alright.
that's good.
All right. Well, guys, thanks for showing up. I know everybody. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for the little talk. We all have a great game week. And yeah, peace out.
Green arrows.
Yeah, green
It's
arrows,
all
everybody.
right.
Green arrows.
Bless night, guys. Great fun.
Yeah. It's a fellas.